We totally agree. It's been great so far. Trisha McCannon and Laura Eisenhower came on and gave some really awesome information. And then we had, I don't know if you got to see, we had all of our guys from Disclosure Down Under, James Gilliland, Edge of Wonder, Peter Slattery, and John Vivenko sent us a video to play for the audience too. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Corey, well, I'm just going to jump right in because you know we're burning and turning today. So, Corey, you've been a pioneer for mass meditations in the ufology and disclosure community. So from your contacts with the Blue Spheres, Ratir Air, and Mika, as well as the Mayans and the Anshar, what was the overall message that you received from these beings on the importance of mass meditations and raising the vibration of the collective consciousness?
Well, the message has been that we are one, and we are all just having individual experiences of a giant flow of consciousness. That's all that this universe is. And we don't have to just be a breeze in the wind when it comes to the flow of this consciousness. Our consciousness actually has an effect on this mass consciousness and this flow of consciousness that we call the universe and our experiences. So if we come to a point where we want to actively be a part of the change, our consciousness is the only tool that we need. It is the tool that the universe works from. It's just a flow of consciousness. And when we begin to, from a loving perspective, try to affect the mass consciousness in a way that is going to help the masses and not just ourselves, that type of thing is something that the universe receives quicker. In the law of one, it talks about how there is good and evil. This is, there is a balance of good and evil, but the universe favors the good and wants to allow things to flow in that direction. It will allow things to flow in the negative direction so lessons can be learned and consciousness can fully understand why the other path is better. Anytime that we can take part in affecting the mass consciousness, we're going to affect our timeline, and we're also going to affect our own individual lives. We start seeing how we can control our own reality, not just on a massive scale, but on our personal scales. And all of us are going through turmoils and relationships and business and all of these different things. It's been a theme. Well, all of this is happening as a catalyst for us to get on a conscious path of directing our own reality and not letting it be directed for us.
That's great, Corey. Thank you so much. And I think it's always good for us to go back to that original message, that you kind of came onto the scene with, because it's just the most powerful, and so many resonate with it, that it's just, truth resonates essentially. So thank you again for explaining that to everybody. Full disclosure, I know what they are, but let's tell the rest of the audience, what are all your upcoming projects that you'd like to discuss for 2020? Because we have a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah, so you may have to help me here and there.
Sure.
Let's see. Well, the graphic novel is finally, going to come to, a conclusion and be finished here in the spring. We've got some very impressive people that have been directors for Disney movies and other Sony and other movies that have come in to help us. Steven Cefalo, they love his art. It has a lot of potential to go in a lot of different directions. In March, I'm doing my course, Accelerating Ascension, and it's a 10-week course. It's basically $33 a week. And I'm bringing all of the information from the Anshar, interviewing a lot of people and bringing information in about dealing with trauma, even moving to high vibe diets, the proper way to do that, is it proper to move off of certain medications that affect your vibration? There are going to be a lot of really interesting topics, and I'm going to have interesting experts come to the table. We're doing some meditations that are going to be recorded meditations for people. And it's being translated in I think it's 8 different languages right now. It's wow. and growing. So, we're really excited about that. And as a lot of people know, We had a lot of issues with a large corporation and related people blacklisting us and doing everything they could to bankrupt us and destroy our reputation. And we're starting a number of heavy legal actions that are starting as early as this week that are going are going to be shocking to a lot of people, but it's something that we have to do. It's going to reveal a lot of very shocking information about what's going on, the death threats we've gone through, the different people in this community that have tried to destroy us. It's all come out in the investigations over the last year. So that's going to be a shock to the community. And the next step is figuring out how we bring people together and start healing. Because a lot of people got caught up in these stories and different, their own reality bubbles, and triggered because of a lot of the attacks and division. So, I think 2020 is going to be a time of healing after the revelations occur. So, and after, in addition to that, I'm in September, I'm going to be in Brazil. It's called Experience 2020. And if you Google that, you'll be able to find it. It's going to be basically, they call it the Hawaii of Brazil. It's an island that's beautiful. has even has ancient ruins on it, and it's going to be a great conference. Here in a very short period of time, I'm going to